where even our gods have to dance. Dance need not necessarily mean doing something with music on, you must fuel up to dance. Dance means to dance with somebody. Krishna means always dance. Dirty little logic, it's super dirty little logic. This is it, Sadhguru is saying we must party, let's go out, but this damn lockdown. You must be little shameless about yourself to dance. Otherwise you're always worried, how do I look, how do I look, how do I look? You look like an idiot, so what? In this culture, an enormous attention has been paid to what are the things that physical body can do and what sort of postures and movements would lead to the advancement of the individual human being who inhabits that body if you use the body in a certain way. Based on this, various classical dances were developed, very exquisite expositions of what the body can do, not in terms of acrobatics, but in terms of various things that you can do with the body gracefully, with a deep or very profound involvement on the level of your emotion, a certain mathematic and rhythm to all that we are doing. Like this, dance forms evolved largely from temples in the country. Till about a few centuries ago, dances were mainly performed only in the temples because dancers only performed to the divine. People could also manage to see, but mainly the performance was for the divine and nobody else. They played music only for the divine. Others could overhear. That was the basic attitude towards music and dance because they were seen as… one thing is an expression of the exuberance of what human beings can be, another thing is as a means to achieve a certain fulfillment, as a means to achieve a certain freedom, certain liberation, or come to a state of abandon. Well, this is the only culture where even our gods have to dance. A god who doesn't dance does not pass the muster here. A serious god sitting somewhere like that, the Indian people won't buy it. He has to dance to prove that he's a god. Krishna is a dancer, Shiva is known as the very basis of dance. So dance was not seen just as entertainment, as an art form, but as an exposition of the nature of creation itself. So the image of Nataraja, a 2-meter tall Nataraja is installed in front of the sun laboratory in Europe because in the minds of the scientists who had delved into these aspects of life, of particles, subatomic particles and other aspects of the cosmos, they all felt the closest explanation or description that you could give for the phenomena of creation is dance. They are dancing in a certain way. Well, always yoga described both creation and destruction as tandava. That means a wild dance, but phenomenally synchronized. So Shiva Radha Yogi is a representative of that. A whole culture has been bred from that dimension of understanding. So today is International Dance Day and want to maintain social distancing, that's the best thing you can do, simply dance by yourself. Because in most other cultures, people always understand dance means to dance with somebody. But here dance means we'll close our eyes and go crazy. You know, human body, I don't know if you have seen, probably you must have seen those rat snakes in the pond, sometimes dancing together, two of them. But you must see the king cobras dancing. It is absolute phenomenon. King cobras dancing is a sight of your life. Well, you definitely have seen peacocks dancing out here. They've got such a big plume, you don't have nothing like that to shake it like that, you know. You have a clunky body full of bones. You're not like a king cobra. So even with this clunky body, when you feel joy in your heart, even with this bony, clunky body, you still feel like dancing. So I have a little poem for you. It's called Dance. When joy fills your heart, even with your bony, clunky limbs become graceful. When joy fills your heart, even your bony, clunky limbs become graceful. All creatures, when at their best, burst forth into dance. All creatures, when at their best, burst forth into dance. Not just a graceful king cobra or a delightful peacock, even the gangly cricket and ungainly hippopotamus do their own gig. Not just the graceful king cobra or a delightful peacock, even gangly cricket and ungainly hippopotamus do their own gig. In this land, even gods, sages and seers dropped falsehood of seriousness, serious dignity and danced to their heart's content. In this land, even gods, sages and seers dropped falsehood of serious dignity and danced to their heart's content. Make life a dance of grace. For those of you who felt it was too long a dance, a short one. This is also called dance. When your heart is full and When your heart is full and mind unmindful as to who you are or not, when your heart is full and mind unmindful as to who you are or not, your feet shall dance. There is no method but just an abandon. Your feet shall dance. There is no method but just an abandon. So, there are days dedicated to every kind of thing. I heard there is one bubble bath day. But a day for dance is a good reminder for human beings because most of them have… because they're carrying a mountain on their head, many of them. Some of them are carrying the very planet on their head. Because of that, they cannot dance, because such a big weight. Their belief systems, their philosophies, their ideologies, their bloody scriptures, endless amount of burden. So you cannot dance. For dance, you must be a current life, not an ancient life. Can ancient people dance? How can the dead dance, I'm asking. Ancient people cannot dance. Only current life can dance. One who is alive today can dance. So if you try to live because your idea of value comes from its ancientness always. If something has to be good, it must be minimum 1,000 years old. Because it doesn't take any intelligence or awareness to value what is old. Like for example, Krishna means always dance. Well, after 5 or 6,000 years nearly, everybody says Krishna, Krishna. But when he was alive, there were all kinds of accusations. Only those who had a heart for him danced with him. Others, there was no social media, but there was still a society. Small scale, all kinds of accusations. But now everybody appreciates him because long gone. Now it doesn't take any intelligence, you have already fixed him. Krishna is our God, so no problem, he is perfect. When you have little trouble with him, you will make him into Balakrishna. So, one who dances somehow is not fitting into your logic. So you need distance of time to appreciate him. But he's gone. Now also, Krishna or whatever other names is not about that person, it is about that dimension or that aspect of life. If Krishna or Shiva doesn't come alive in you right now, you worshipping the dead one, not of much value. If you're using him as an inspiration, all right, it's fine with me. Because you need somebody who's been endorsed by 1,000 generations of people, otherwise you don't have the intelligence to figure out what is valuable, what is not valuable. If you have to see value to something that's happening now, then you have to apply yourself. You have to experiment with your own life, otherwise you won't know. But to appreciate something that happened 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 years ago, very easy because everybody's been saying so. This doesn't mean you will experience it. It is just that you will get some identity. You will join a major gang or a major fan club. You feel part of it, you will feel brotherhood. Brotherhood, if you must have brotherhood, it must be with every creature on this planet. But if your brotherhood is only limited to a certain number of people, this is the beginning of tyranny. As that brotherhood gets bigger, it will become absolutely tyrannical. That's why most religions have caused more violence than anybody else on the planet, simply because brotherhood with a limited identity is a disastrous process. That is why you must dance. If you dance, your brotherhood falls down a little bit. Very important. Because all this nonsense you have built on the dirty little logic that you have in your head. You got dirty little logic in your head. With that, you are trying to structure your life, and the heavens also decided by you what should be there. Even the content of heaven is decided by you, look at this. The quality of God's also decided by you. It's a good trick, but you are like a spider who's caught in his own web. A spider who casts web for his victims is a smart spider. But a spider who gets caught in his own web is a stupid spider. Yes. And that is what your psychological process is. As this web becomes thicker and thicker, your feet will become full of lead, it can't move. You must be little shameless about yourself to dance. Otherwise you're always worried, how do I look, how do I look, how do I look? You look like an idiot, so what? What is the problem in being an idiot for some time, huh? If you're really smart, you would like to play the idiot for a little while. But if you're stupid, then you're afraid that you'll be recognized. This happened. A young miss went into a clothing store and she went to the salesperson and said, "I would like to try the dress in the window." The salesperson said, "Miss, you you will have to do it like everybody else in the dressing room. Can't do it in the window, okay?" So, people are filling themselves with so much stuff which doesn't belong to life. If they fill themselves with this air, even food is good. Or fill themselves with all the sights and sounds of nature and life, they would feel like dancing. They fill themselves with philosophies, ideologies, scriptures, all kinds of things. Even logically absurd. Some of them are logically… they're dirty little logic. But many of them are not even dirty little logic, it's super dirty little logic. With such structures, they try to run their life. So no wonder, always feeling insecure, you think always your belief system, your philosophy, your ideology is under threat. Just look at the history of humanity. Those who strongly believed in an ideology or a philosophy or a belief system or a certain kind of ritual or practice, they are the people who killed everything on this planet. The dancing people never went about killing anybody because it doesn't occur to you. When your heart is full of joy, it doesn't occur to you how to kill somebody because you don't feel threatened by anything. You don't feel insecure. Because first of all, you got nothing to protect because you know there's nothing to this. Life is the magnanimity of creation. It's for you to make the maximum out of it. Maximum out of it means immediately people will think, see, today lot of young people are listening to me, they'll say, "Oh, this is it, Sadhguru is saying we must party, let's go out, but this damn lockdown." No. What you are saying is, you must fuel up to dance. No. What I'm saying is, you must empty yourself to dance. I'm talking about abandon. You're talking about putting spirits into yourself. These are two different things. Well, when you are drunk or drugged, you may act like you're in a state of abandon. No, you lost your awareness, that's a different matter. Coming to a state of abandon and losing your consciousness or awareness is a different thing. Do not mistake these two ever. If the dance itself is a drug, that is fine. But if you're drugged and dancing, not of much value. So, Today is the International Day of Dance. But people are at home and cribbing. They have no work, they could dance the whole day. And dance need not necessarily mean doing something with music on. You can work like it's a dance, you can move like it's a dance. You can do every simple act like it's a dance. Dance means you're doing physical movements more gracefully than being a clunky nonsense. That's all.